Hi everyone to who's watching this video. So this is cloud-based blogging website. So this is our project name, and we are three students who develop this deploy this project, and we are Harkarmi Singh, Karandeep Kaur, and Kuldeep Kaur. So let's have a look the work we done. So let's have a demo. So first of all, once we use two based cloud systems. So we used AWS and GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So AWS, Amazon. So in this we created, so we need a subscription first of all when you are starting a cloud-based system. So we create a root user. So this is our root user. So root user means the head of, so we can say a manager, so who's having the who's under working the employees working under him, so on a cloud, so we can say cloud administrators. So let's have a look cloud administrator. So we can say this is our cloud administrator. So we create this an IMA. So this is cloud, so we call as a user Kuldeep IMA. So this is our user. So we attach this policy, which is administrator access. So administrator can access actually to all the services which are offered by an AWS. So these services are is in JSON format. So because all the attached policies is in JSON format, so we can make our also personalized policies with the JSON format. And we having, so this user, we make sure about the security with this user once we are entering. So in this user, so user is we configured an MFA security. So we configured an MFA security. So once he is logging, so having a one time key, so every 30 seconds that will be changed on his phone. So we make sure about the security. So let's have go on our so but in this in GCP we configured as a root user. So we deployed our all the infrastructure in a root user, because as a creating we having the subscription for that. So we use this, so we call as my first project in GCP. So we can deploy our as a me. So we use this compute engine, so this GCP platform for all. So we can say this is our project details, what billing setup, all the first, this is the subscription for the GCP. So let's have a look what we did in this project. So this is our VPC, so virtual private VPC on our AWS cloud file platform. So same things we did. So we deployed the same infrastructure but two different platforms. One is on AWS and other is on GCP. So this is our VPC. So this we called our VPC tech project. This is our IPv4 CIDR, because AWS and cloud networking, we can say, is different than normal networking. So let's have a look. So we configured two subnets, four subnets actually: public subnet 1, private subnet 1, private subnet 2, and public subnet 2. So in this case, so this is all running on one availability zone, and this is running on second availability zone. For our high availability, so we choose a two availability zones. So we configure route tables. In this route tables, we are having routes setting up, which is an IGW. So we set IGW, and we created also the private subnet. So private subnet can not directly talk to the outside world, so they can to go through a net instance. So net instance filtering the traffic. So we set a security group. So so only the inbound roles which is allowed by us can configure. So let's have a look. This is a net gateway which we configured. So let's have a look security group. So this security groups means the filtering of traffic. We can consider as a firewall, or because on this they call as a security group on AWS. And so the same thing we did on this, and same thing we did on also on GCP platform. So this is our, we can say this is all the security groups. We configure load balance security group, RDS security group, web server security group, EFG security group, best in security group. So this is all the security group. We can say for the web server, which rules we implemented, inbound rules. So this is all the rules for the AWS. For all the, so let's have a look with the EC2 instances. So with the EC2 instances, we configured our we having the web server running. So in this case, because we put an auto scaling minimum 1, minimum desired 1, and the maximum 3 web server needed in this case. So this is bastion host, and bastion host which can access to our private so which can access to the instances which is running in private subnet, so like our web server. So because we allowed a filtering with the security groups, so we can see. So this is our running, because we configured as a windows base 2016. So we can say we having this private key on this our bastion host. So with only with this private key can connect to the our web server. So this is the web server. So we, in this case, we are connected to our database. So this is our database which are running. So in this database we can see we having these tables for a w for our WordPress. So this is the tables for our blog, and this is the I configured the personalized query. So this is the user can log in our WordPress and can customize their website. So let's have a look. So there I can show you the tables which I implemented. So these are all the tables, and the same thing. So this is all the, so we configured as load balancer, which is for a load balancing between two web server. In this case we are having only one for the cost running, so we can run multiple web server as much needed. So in this case we are just having a one. So we create a golden image of this. So what means golden image? Golden image means once we having all the configuration settings, so we don't need to do again. And this is all the security groups we implemented. So we implemented elastic IP, so which is the permanent IP we can scale as a static IP. So we configured for a bastion host in the case, so he doesn't change anytime because I want a static IP. So this is the load balancer. So only load balancer, so which is the application load balancer. So this is the project LB. So only with this DNS we can connect to our service. So this is the actually the active, so is the internet facing scheme. So we deploy on our two availability zones. So I said as CA Central 1A and CA Central 1B. We having the auto scaling. So auto scaling, so we set a number of amount when the we needed. So the company having like we can, in this platform we can run different services. In this we use a cloud-based blogging website. Actually we deploy on a blogging website, so we can run top on it an e-commerce website, anything as needed, as we required, as company wants. So we can deploy that. So this is our launch configuration, the auto scaling part. And this is we configure. Let's go with with the GCP. And GCP, this is having, let's see, as called as a compute engine. So we did all the networking, all the firewall implemented in also as well in GCP. So let's have a look. This is a Ubuntu web server which is running. So let's have a look. We are connected to this, and the same thing, same database we are having on other side we are having on this. So I forgot to show you guys AWS RDS. So this is our database which we are having a running, and we are also having the CloudWatch. The CloudWatch means we are monitoring our web server, exceed our database, monitoring all the. So this is our database, our SQL database. So which we are connected to the base. This is on our AWS platform, but on this we are having the implemented in a MariaDB. We are having in our Google Cloud platform. So this is the, let me show you guys. So this is a project, our project website. So we can say, so let me log out first. So we can go to back to Blogger. So this is our website which is running. So we built a tops on story. So planning mandatory quarantine in Canada. So once they are coming, so they can book an hotel, so they can read a post. This is the safety measure they are doing on the airport, and this is the, so this is a small blog we written on this. So we can add more blogs as needed. So just we need to go our login website. So we can log in our website. So we can customize our website. We can add more blog. We can see the comments, and same thing we do on GCP. This is a GCP platform. So GCP platform, we created a blog regarding our project. So in this project blog, so we create about ourselves, our contact with, so they can contact our team. So this is the all the project work we done, because there is a lot of work behind this. So this we completed, so people can comment to the blog, so we can deploy more service on top on it. And this is our project work. Thank you. Thank you so much for your